ones. Oh,
Well,
look, talk about the app we made on Tuesday. That's what I wanted to talk about too. I had definitely wanted to,
we
tap
we
in.
we did we did a class on Tuesday? No, right?
Nah, you were live though. Techno Tuesday was live.
Oh yeah, Techno Tuesday. We were definitely live. We did the Lovable app in real time. Shout out to everybody that came through there. For my YouTube family and for the KTLians that were not live for the IRL, I want to say pardon me because I didn't know how the setup was gonna be. I thought we was gonna be able to broadcast on the internet and do all of that, but it didn't work out like that. But it did work out because we had a dope class. Um, family came through from all over, and we decided that we're gonna do it at least once a month. I was thinking weekly. We're gonna do it at least once a month, and when it picks up, we're gonna turn into a bi-weekly. I mean a bi-monthly, and then we'll go into a weekly. You know.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's real.
Juzan. Juzan, you that was you. Live
Yeah.
Black Book Chronicles. Legendary. And she been holding it down with us uh from all the way when we did the New Year's celebration at the thing.
Mm-hmm. That's what.
I'm gonna bring some people on. I got special guests, not tonight though, but we do have a special guest that we're gonna be bringing on Techno Tuesday. It's a husband and wife who created a coloring book, right?
Oh,
About AI, big data, and more. The shit is fire, right?
oh, yeah.
So yeah, I gave them my book. They gave me their book, and they've been doing a lot of things in the ATL, holding it down. I see them at events and whatnot. So yeah, we're gonna bring them on because parents, parents, you need this. You smell me? Yeah, I need it. I don't know. I can't stress it enough. You know what I mean? And I'm also in the process of creating some script or what they call copyright because
Yeah.
I want parents to begin to have certain scripts so you could go to your children and convince them that this AI stuff is something that they may need to learn because Donald Trump in China, they're making it mandatory.
Yep.
They're gonna force it on the children through the school system. So instead of having something forced on the child, you want to prep the child before they go into the school and they roll some new shit out on them. They like, wait, what's going on here? You don't want AI to control your child. You don't want the machine to mount the child. You want the child to go into school with some type of confidence already ahead of the curve, knowing what the fuck is going on. Because as with everything else, these people teaching our children this technology, I don't trust them. They don't have the interest, they don't have self-interest like we have it and whatnot. They not trying to see young black billionaires. You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about? They don't want to see a disruption and whatnot. We do.
Yeah, we do.
We do. Let's be 1,000 clear. Let's be very clear. We are here for the disruption. Okay. So we're gonna develop like a script or something that the parents can use so you could talk to these children and whatnot, these newer generation children about picking up the baton and becoming prompt engineers, AI engineers, whatever happened to the children who are hardwired to work the fucking iPhone. What y'all did with them?
Yeah, exactly.
What did y'all do with them? Because literally they was boss babies at like 1 and 2 working technology. So where they at? Because that was the ones that were wired to be a fucking the next Bill Gates. You know what I mean? Like I got a little Indian kid. It's like 10 years old. It's a little Indian. Then there's a little Caucasian kid too on my timeline. And I'm
Mhm.
like, why is these Peckerwoods teaching our people when we got geniuses amongst the clan.
Exactly.
Like, I don't want to put my child out there like that. That's just me personally. My 5-year-old, I'm not putting him on the internet. I put my other children on the internet. You feel me? And I'm just not doing that with my new one. However, there are parents out there who may want to do that. And another thing too, while I mentioning the children, I want to share this with the parents. Your 5-year-old and your 4-year-old are not going to be 4, 5, and 3 and 2 with the baby language. They're not going to be that cute little size forever. I suggest that we begin to scan these children, right, at that small size and at that small age, capture as much video as you can of your toddler, because in the near future, you're going to be able to make cartoon characters and avatars after your own child. Like picture Coco Melon, Baby Shark, and all of that. The technology is advancing to whereas your star seed or your child could become one of those animated child stars and whatnot. But it's like if they grow up, they're gonna grow out of that shit. Remember, you might not be, you're not my age, but Rudy from the Cosby Show, and then Raven Simone, when she came on, when she was the little, so cute. I mean, oh my goodness, they was melting the hearts of everybody who watched it and whatnot. That's not what made the Cosby Show, but that shit cemented the Cosby Show forever. So it's like when those children, when Raven Simone grew up, it wasn't the same Raven. No disrespect and whatnot, but the shit that made Raven Simone was the fact that she was a young child who was very cute and had talent and whatnot. You want to capture that in these children, even when they grow up, you could utilize their likeness and you could utilize that footage and you could utilize whatever you can capture, because I'm looking at the field and whatnot. I'm looking at the AI field. This is about video content, pictures. There's pictures that I don't even have, that I can't prompt my image properly because I got to go and take professional photography pictures. None of the master teachers sans about 4 of them. Everybody else don't got no pictures on the internet worth using. They didn't have photo shoots. They don't got headshots. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's impossible to run these pictures through ChatGPT and get good results because the pictures are basura. So I'm like, yo, for the people out there, y'all know who y'all are with these star children. Everybody don't have star children, and I'm not singling out, but I've been around enough of these children. So I'm like, yo, what are we doing with these children, bro? Like, why are we even working? Like, what the fuck? Do you see what's going on? Like, this is a star right here. You know what I mean? So capture their likeness. Don't sell them to Disney. Don't sell them to Nickel. Don't put them in slavery like Raven Simone got put in slavery, like these little child stars who get put in slavery, Orlando Brown and whatnot. Don't do that. The reason why we doing this whole damn course is so your ass could do this shit on your own and stop letting these people put your ass on a leash and whatnot. You keep letting the vampires in when they knock on the door, right? The key is to lock the door and do this shit in-house and stop letting people in. Why are we letting them in? Why are we handing over our children to them? Why are we handing over our music? Why are we handing over our projects to them? This shit baffles me. I kind of know why, but we're gonna do away with that. We're not gonna live in lack. We're not gonna live in a perpetuity of lack to whereas we'll sign away our whole goddamn life in perpetuity for these fucking peanuts. Like, that has to end, you know? But these babies though, these little ones, let's focus on them a little bit more than we have been doing.
Yeah, so just to get in on that, the whole fantasy complex industries, y'all, and how you're learning to create yourself into a cartoon, into a Lego, into an action figure. Put yourself, storyboard yourself on a comic book, storyboard yourself into a magazine. Faceless YouTube, like he brought up, the Coco Melons, the Daddy Sharks, the the blippies, the characters that are entertaining the children, they don't have the same message that we have. They don't have the same trajectory. They don't have the same ideas. They don't have the same past or future that we do. And we can use artificial intelligence, AI, Gen AI to create all these things. And yeah, you can do it as an adult. And what you're going to do next is, take a class and pass it down. It's totally a take one, pass it down when it comes to, what we got going on, y'all, is what we've always been teaching. And it's not that complex because we've had read, I think, an 11-year-old, a 12-year-old, and a 15-year-old take something from our classes. And I've seen ebooks and I've seen coloring books and I've seen little comic books. Yeah, the adults are posting them, but like you're saying, they didn't have to give their child to slavery. They learned how to turn them into a cartoon and then leverage like some advertising and marketing, how we taught on the back end to get that message flying. So now, you guys, children, little brothers, little sisters, nieces, nephews, okay? Everybody that's young, they should know this today because they grow up with it. Red said, when you're young and, in the age we got now, okay, you get your Apple phone and you're 3 and you're 4 and you're just lollygagging, listening to noise. But if your parent were to say, what did you create on Chat GPT today? Did you do any Sora today? Did you do clean today? And they know the language of prompting, negative prompting, storyboarding, color schemes, branding. And it's up to them because, 2 hours after school, or even when you put fantasy complex industries into your homeschooling protocol, I mean, I just get better than last time, man. So I've always been enjoying it and enjoying seeing what everybody's able to create.
Right. Because it's coming in September. Donald Trump done signed the degree. He signed the executive order, the AI that your children must learn as a curriculum is coming in September. They got to keep up with China. Get on it this summer and get them right. We're going to have summer school this summer. We're going to have a summer school workshop program for the youth. We want to speak to 8 to 18 right now, 8 to 18 in the summertime and get them right, get them dressed for the party, get the lexicon, meaning the words. They need to learn the words. So when these people talk, they're not talking over their heads. I can tell in the first 3 minutes of talking to somebody what they know about AI based off of the lexicon that they're using. And I don't mean to be judgmental, but I could size a person up and be like, this is a novice, this is a beginner, or this person is advanced, just based off of the first few minutes of how they talk. Mm-hmm. So in corporate America, in the real world, on the job market, in colleges, and amongst all of these people, they're going to be judging your language and what you say and how you say it when it comes to this new lexicon of the digital world. I'm just saying. Even if you teach them the glossary, they don't gotta, and I wouldn't even say the hard, I wouldn't even say they gotta learn the hard things, because what is hard about this AI shit right now, when you literally could talk into your phone and the shit will talk back to you. There's no more hard, bro. I said it before. You could be a functional illiterate. You could be a functional, you could have a speech impediment and don't know how to write the word A. You could not, you could have just came to this goddamn country, bro. You could pick up your phone, turn on Chat GPT, and turn into a fucking scholar. You know what I mean? Overnight, you could turn into a scholar. You could turn into a goddamn a top-ranked businessman just with your phone. But I'm not going to keep going. I'm going to go into this presentation because we got to get this thing moving. You know what I'm saying? We got work to do. We got people that came here to learn, and we got teaching to do. So that's what we finna do. All right. So just let me know if y'all see the shared screen.
Yeah, I'm seeing it, bro. Okay. Come up on
Fantasy Complex Industry Reloaded, week 4. All right, week 4. It's been a great time. It's been a great ride with y'all. This has been a beautiful 4 weeks. I've learned, I've gotten better, I've improved the output of my designing. I've been more intentional. People on my team, they've been kicking out more stuff and whatnot. They've been digging in. Shout out to Tizo TV. You know what I mean? Malik. Brett. Yeah, so check it out. We are now officially in the era of fantasy comp. I'm just looking at the poster. My nigga looking like Kimbo Slice and Spin. Kimbo Slice had a twin. Look at me.
That's that AI, man. So it's AI,
That's
man.
Poindexter Pill. Yeah, that's Red Pill if he went left instead of right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's Red Pill if I never got in a car that night and just stayed home. I would have been that guy right there. All right. We now are officially in the era of fantasy complex industry reloaded. It is now possible, feasible, and imaginable to create your very own comic, cartoon, toy, video game, mobile app, animation, and or short film. I'm gonna repeat that because this needs to be understood. Yes, for educational purposes. This needs to be, and we need to take this shit in and contemplate on, ponder on it. We are now officially in the era of the fantasy complex industry reloaded. It is now possible, feasible, and imaginable to create your very own comic, cartoon, toy, video game, mobile app, animation, and or short film. I don't want to hear nobody's complaining, bro. I'm not here for it. All of that boo-hooing and shit, you're going to lose me. Throughout the last 4 weeks, the full stack has been completed. The toolbox for all of the tools needed to craft your vision and generate your own digital assets and physical items. The entry of Chat GPT 4.0 image generator brought the finish line even closer. The ability to use text prompts, image references, and consistent characters has elevated the creation process. So the magical I would say the magical app that changed everything and brought things closer to the full stack that we've been looking for years was Chat GPT 4.0. That was what we needed, and that was the quote unquote bridge that was built that has everybody crossing over now in order to build their own industries. I'm not talking about a regular comic book or just a regular, I'm gonna just put out a comic. I'm gonna just put out a character. No, I'm talking about industries. Go and do the research on how many characters are in the Marvel universe or the DC universe. Build your industry. And those are comic books that are a part of an industry. We want you to build your own industries within these industries. Okay. Be very creative. Full stack creator toolbox, right? So we now have creator toolbox to give us references. We got generation 4 runway where we could bring consistent characters, shots, looks, angles, styles, animations, lighting, color grades, composition, and posing. Now you're able to do some of the things that you were not able to do about a month ago. You can now have a full animation or a full music video, full short film by creating storyboards and then taking those storyboards and making your full film by utilizing the quote unquote full stack creator toolbox. And at the end of this presentation, we'll show you what that full stack looks like. Okay. The ability for any creator, either solo or team, can go from idea concept to prototype / product is now doable. Full stack available for shoestring budgets. You could become a one-man unicorn, a startup, or a business venture. You could do this on a shoestring budget, right? But my thing is no, in my world, right? In a perfect world, I'm not doing shoestrings anymore. I'm doing budgets. You know what I mean? We getting out of the shoestring, we getting out of the lean investment. We're going into full budget. Start with about 5 bands. Fuck all of that shoestring shit. And you know what I mean? Start up with 5 bands, and that's even scratching the surface. That's still somewhat of a struggle. That, I mean, theoretically, that is shoestring. 50 bands and up, maybe. You know what I mean? 50 bands and up, you got some wiggle room, and you'll have the opportunity to breathe, right? With comic books, right? Fantasy complex industry full stack. Comic books with the latest update in the full stacks creator toolbox, incorporating Generation 4 runway references and consistent characters, has enhanced the quality of digital assets and physical items created. The Chat GPT 4.0 image generators feature to use text prompts and image references has streamlined the process of bringing ideas to life. By leveraging this full stack of tools on a shoestring budget, creators can transition from concept to final product seamlessly, allowing for solo or team projects to thrive effortlessly, right? So that's comic books. That's one pillar knocked down. The second pillar is the toys or the toy lines. With the full stack creator toolbox at your disposal, bringing your vision to life has never been more attainable. Whether you're a solo creator or part of a team, the ability to move from idea to concept to prototype and product is now within reach. The toolbox provides everything you need from styling and animating to lighting and composition, allowing you to transform your ideas into reality seamlessly. Cartoons. Whether you're interested in creating comic books, toy lines, or cartoons, having a full stack creator toolbox at your disposal is essential to streamline the process. With the right tools and resources, creators can efficiently bring their ideas to life and navigate the production journey seamlessly. The ability to access various references, styles, and techniques could greatly enhance the quality and efficiency of the creative output. So you can make cartoons right now. NVIDIA has a white paper out where they literally made a Tom and Jerry cartoon off of one prompt. They just made one prompt and it made a cartoon, a 30-minute cartoon. So literally that's where the future is heading. We're going to be able to make our own cartoons with a prompt. So get ready for that and prepare for that. In the meantime, between time, create your characters. Go get some of those old notebooks. Go get your old journals. Go listen to your old voice notes on your phone and whatnot. You was spitting that hot lava. You know what I mean? You was writing down ideas and whatnot. You were sketching out characters. Bring them niggas to life. The time is now. Animation. The possibilities are endless with the available tools and resources, allowing creators to bring their ideas to life regardless of their budget. Whether working alone or with the team, individuals can now easily transform from a concept to a finished product in various fields like comic books, toy lines, cartoons, and animation. Thanks to the advancements in technology and accessibility of resources, this has opened up new opportunities for aspiring entrepreneurs to create their own unique products, projects, and businesses with minimum financial constraints. How many people in the audience saw the movie Sinners by Ryan Coogler starring Michael B. Jordan, right? A perfect example of how somebody went and took a story, right? This is a story, okay? This is a story that, and I'm not trying to downplay Ryan Coogler's monumental movie, right? But I could have wrote that story with AI. I've prompted some stories through AI before. They had more plot twists Then that, so, and it had all of the layers. You see how it had, you could prompt the AI to write a movie with 4 layers to it. I don't think y'all heard me. You could prompt the AI to write a movie for you from the perspective where it has to intertwine the hero journey into the script. You could you could prompt the AI, say, write me a movie script with no white people in it whatsoever, and there's all black heroes, and it will make a script for you. And based off of your expertise, because everything came together with Ryan Coogler, because he has an expert team. You have an expert team, you put all of that together in a pot like gumbo, and your ass is gonna come up with a classic too. You know what I mean? It could start out as a comic book. It could start out as a cartoon, my G, and then it could turn into what is known as a movie or a motion picture. That's called transmedia. You got to start from somewhere though. You know what I mean? They didn't just come out with the X-Men movie and whatnot. They came out with the comic, then they came out with the cartoon, then they came out with the toy, then they came out with the video game, then they came out with the movie. Building your fantasy complex industry, monetization and sustainability. Welcome to the final module of our workshop on building your independent IP empire. And IP stands for intellectual property. We will dive deep into 7 proven revenue streams, including direct sales, premium subscription and sponsorships, ad sponsorships, and transmedia licensing that can transform your fantasy world into a sustainable business. You'll also learn critical legal frameworks to protect your intellectual property and strategic decisions around scaling up versus maintaining creative independence. By analyzing breakthrough case studies like Five Nights at Freddy's and Cuphead, you'll develop a comprehensive business plan tailored to your unique creative vision. You will leave this workshop with actionable monetization strategies, legal safeguards, and a polished presentation ready to pitch to potential investors, publishers, and creative partners, right? So here's some of the direct sales, guys. This is the way to get to the bag. Comics. Sell digital issues or digitized issues on Gumroad or physical copies via print-on-demand services like Amazon, KDP, or Indie Planet. Write that down, Spin. Indie Planet. That's another comic book outlet.
Yeah,
Consider, yes. Consider tiered pricing with bonus content for premium versions. Data shows indie creators with consistent release schedules, 6 to 8 issues yearly, maintain 65% higher revenue than sporadic publishers. Offering pay what you want options often results in 40% higher average payments than fixed pricing. So the Nipsey Hustle route, pay what you want, pay what you weigh and whatnot, right? They say that that's more successful than fixed pricing. If you are on Gumroad, they give you the option of that, all right? And I like doing that as well. Animations. Offer compilations on Vimeo on demand or sell downloadable content directly to your fans, right? Cut the middleman all the way out. Fuck all of that other shit. The middleman, the third world middleman shit, that shit died and sunk. That island sunk a long time ago. Don't be the fool. And that's almost like letting pickpockets just stand next to you. Don't be the fool and let these people dig your pockets when they created technology to move them up out the way. Get them up out of the way. Package exclusive behind the scenes material, storyboards, and creator commentary to increase perceived value. Short form animation collections, 5 to 15 minutes, priced at $3.99 to $7.99, show optimum conversion rates of 8 to 12%. Consider seasonable bundles or themed collections to encourage multiple purchases from your existing audience. Yes, it's called Proud to Pay, right? Proud to Pay. Games. Distribute through Steam, not Stream. Distribute through Steam, itch.io, or console marketplaces. In 2023, over 500 games earned more than $3 million each on Steam, many from indie developers. Limited time launch discounts typically increase visibility by 250% and result in 40% more units sold during the first week. Consider reasonable pricing strategies to maximize global reach. Early access models allow you to generate revenue while gathering community feedback, with successful titles seeing 70% of lifetime sales before full release. Okay. Merchandise. Sell figurines, t-shirts, and art prints via Shopify, Etsy, or on-demand services like Printful. Start with limited runs or pre-orders to gauge interest. Character-specific merchandise typically outsells logo-based items by 3 to 1. Strategic drops of limited edition items create urgency and can lead to sellouts within hours. High margin items like enamel pens, 80 to 90% profit, and art prints, 70 to 75% profit, offer better returns than apparel, which is 40 to 50% profit, but required balanced inventory planning. Test market with pop-up shops or convention booths before investing in large production runs. So take your ass to InvestFest, go to the hair show, go to everything that's popping. Go to Malcolm X Fest in Atlanta, go to Dance Africa in Brooklyn, get your ass a table or a tent and set up your stand-up banner, set your table up, put your banners up, and get busy and see if they feeling you or not. That's the only way to know. And there's no better feeling than you make that first dollar. I shit you not. Every single time I go out and I set up, the minute I get that first dollar and break the ice, it's up. I could walk away with no sales after that. As long as I broke the ice with that one sale, I'm good. It get my juices going. Premium content and subscription models. Recurring support. Building on our Patreon strategy from week 3, create tiered membership levels with exclusive benefits. Offer $5 basic tier, which is early access, $10 mid tier, $25 premium tier, with proper audience nurturing. 100 fans at an average of $12 a month generates $1,200 in predictable monthly revenue. Platform options include Patreon, Ko-Fi, look into Ko-Fi, Fan House, which is ideal for personality-driven content, right? A 20% fee, or niche platforms like Curious Fictions for writers, which is a 10% fee. Each fantasy complex IP should leverage 1 to 2 platforms that best align with core audience demographics. So what they're saying is you don't have to be stuck on just Patreon. Spread the wealth, spread your creativity and go into 3 or 4 different places. All right. You just need to know the temperature or the personality of these platforms. Crowdfunding success. Structure campaigns with strategic tiers, $25 to $35 for digital products, $50 to $75 for physical items, and $1.50 for collector editions. Include stretch goals that enhance perceived value while minimizing production costs. Digital art books, character profiles, bonus content. There's a case study, right? Here's a case study. Tracy Butler's Lackadaisy animated short raised $333,000 from 9,753 backers at an average $34 pledge. While Critical Role's The Legend of Vox Machina raised $11 million from 88,887 backers with an average $127 pledge. Most successful campaigns convert 3 to 5% of social media follows into backers. Build your audience 6 to 12 months before launching to maximize day one momentum, as campaigns reaching 30% funding in the first 48 hours have 90% success rate, right? So if you can make your 30% of your goal in 48 hours, if you can reach 30% of your goal in 48 hours, you have a 90% success rate of popping off, right? Of completing the journey. Ad revenue and sponsorships, very important. This is where you're going to get your bag. This is where you're going to get your bag. Platform monetization. YouTube requires 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours to monetize, with gaming niches earning $2 to $5 clicks per minute, and educational content reaching what? $5 to 10 clicks per minute. TikTok Creator Fund pays 0.2 to 0.4 per 1,000 views, while TikTok Pulse offers a 50-50 revenue split for top performing. Did you hear that? A 50-50 revenue split for top performing videos. So if your ass go viral and you go crazy on TikTok and you're a part of the Pulse program, you literally is splitting the cake with 50. You know how much money that is, bro?
And that is, not to cut the wisdom going, but you're splitting that with TikTok. That you going
With the
50
big
50
dog, right?
TikTok
So
in
you're a
views.
partner now, right? You're a partner with them.
And you could
Brand,
basically
huh?
force yourself into going viral sometimes, because if you look at what's viral and then you kind of copy it with your
Right.
cartoon or with your comic book, those type of moments that are going viral, you can damn near meet them right there in the middle and get your 50-50.
Case in point, and I'll just throw it out there. There was the Ashton Hall video where dude did the workout shit. He's waking up early. If you was a creator with a monetized TikTok or a monetized YouTube, I would go and turn him into a Muppets character or the Simpsons with ChatGPT. So what you do is you literally got to take every single frame of his video and screenshot it, every single frame, and then take those frames and bring it into ChatGPT and turn it into a style preference. And then you can animate it using either Kling, Sora. I would suggest Runway ML. That would be the best one right now because of their new consistency tools and whatnot. But that's how you do it. And then you upload it and you have more of a chance of that video going viral than if you just cook some shit up that nobody knows about. That's like jumping on the tail of a comet. Your mic is muted.
I was just saying, yep, that's exactly how you should play it. You
That's
said
how,
it.
yeah. For the bag, you know what I mean? You're doing it for that one is for the bag. You could do your little creations and everything for shit that you like, but if you're spending time on the internet and your energy is being drawn by this shit, you better make something out of it. You know what I mean? There's goddamn children getting paid, you know what I mean? By opening up toys and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So where there's a will, there's a way, right? This shit was never sweet like this before. I don't know what timeline we all come from, but the timeline I come from, nah. You couldn't just pick up a camera and get money, bro. You know what I mean? We're in a unique time right now. Brand partnerships. For a fantasy IP with 50K followers, expect sponsorship offerings ranging from $500 to $2,500 per integration. A webcomic creator might partner with Clip Studio Paint, right? $1,200 per dedicated review. So you do a review on an app and they'll give you $1,200. But you're using the app any damn way because you're a creator. So it's a no-brainer. While game developers could secure deals with Razer or HyperX, right? They get 3,000 plus for gameplay featuring their hardware. Maintaining an 80-20 rule, no more than 20% of content should be sponsored, right? Maintain an 80 to 20% rule. So you don't want your whole channel to be about sponsors. You know what? I don't give a damn. I'll have a sponsored channel and then I'll have another channel with no sponsors. So yeah, they say an 80-20 rule, but when I think about it, That's up to you. You know what I'm saying? But that is what the requirements are. Merchandising opportunities at 10K followers. So once again, you don't need a lot of followers. You don't need to be a macro influencer. You don't need to have 100,000. If you got 1,000, my G, if you got 10,000, that's where you start at. At 10K followers, custom enamel pins, right? $5 cost, $15 sale, or art prints, right? $8 cost, $25 sale, can generate 30 to 40% profit margins through Etsy or direct sales. Scaling to 100K followers unlocks opportunities with manufacturers like U-Tools or Funko for collectible figures. 20,000 minimum orders, potentially yielding 100K in revenue per product line, as demonstrated by indie hits like Cuphead and Hollow Knight. So as you can see, we got the 44 tops and whatnot as the product line going crazy because we're going to roll the dice. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Why not? This is one of my dreams and whatnot, to have a toy line. So what better way than to roll out a toy line, but with our quote unquote IP and figures that people are familiar with. You know what I mean? It's a lot of bread to make. And I'm not even focusing on the America market. I'm focusing more on the overseas. You know what I mean? I'm tapping into the UK and the Caribbean and stuff like that. And in the Americas, Canada, shit like that. Where their value for the master teachers or their value for the community is a little bit more because of proximity or lack thereof. You know what I mean? Licensing deals. Negotiate with toy manufacturers, apparel companies, or media distributors for 10 to 15% royalty rates. Hellboy creator Mike Magnolia retained creative approval rights while licensing for 2 major films, earning millions while protecting his vision. Format expansion. Adapt your IP into novels, right? Audiobooks or tabletop games. Each format reaches entirely new audiences. Digital collectibles. Offer limited digital art collectibles using NFTs or authorized digital marketplaces. Bored Ape Yacht Club generated $2 billion in sales, while traditional artists like DC Comics offers authenticated digital collectibles without blockchain for broader appeal. Audience engagement. Drive cross promotion where each medium supports others. Studios report 30% higher conversion when IP exists in 3+ formats. The Witcher saw a 500% game sales increase after the Netflix adaptation, demonstrating transmedia's powerful revenue multiplier effect. Now, transmedia, ladies and gentlemen, is media that you could spread across all mediums. So transmedia is the fantasy complex industry. It is starting out as a comic, parlaying that into a toy, turning that into a mobile app, turning that into a video game, and then ultimately going into film or animation, or animated film, or a real, a live action film and whatnot. That's transmedia. And then, of course, merch, throwing that shit on shirts and whatnot. Legal and IP rights, copyrights. Fantasy worlds automatically receive copyright protection upon creation. Register key assets like character designs, world Bibles. That was from homework number 1, or class number 1. We told you to create a world Bible. That should be something that all of my creatives create, a world Bible, a Bible for your world. I promise you, you will thank me later. All right. Key assets like character designs, world Bibles, and storylines with the U.S. Copyright Office. So you could register your key assets like your character designs, your world Bibles, and your storylines with the U.S. Copyright Office, $45 to $65 per work. for added legal standing. Don't do the poor man's copyright only and think that that's going to hold you down. I would say do that as backup, where people mail shit to themselves and whatnot. But we need real copyright and trademarks at this point in the game. This protection lasts your lifetime plus 70 years and covers your expression, not general ideas. Contracts. Use written agreements for all collaborations, even with your damn friends. I repeat, use written agreements for all collaborations, even with friends. For licensing deals, right? Like the Cuphead Netflix show, retain approval rights over adaptations and secure revision clauses if the project stall, or reversion clauses if the project stalls. So you want to retain approval rights. What does that mean? That means nothing can go without your approval. You have to, and if you sell off the rights or your IP to anybody, or you license it, and there's a contract, you want to retain approval rights over the adaptations and secure reversion clauses if projects stall. Consider a 50-50 revenue split for significant partnerships rather than flat fees for promising IPs. Trademarks. Protect commercial identifiers like your fantasy's world, your name, and product titles with trademark registration. That goes a little bit up there, 250 to 350 per class. Before launching merch or game products, conduct a thorough search on uspto.gov to avoid existing marks. Consider an intent to use application if not yet selling. This is the very important part of the class that's going to protect a lot of people from being paupers, right? Or being prophets, okay? Or profitable, right? You have no idea how intricate this paperwork shit is. Just look at where are they now in Unsung. Hi, Gloria, how you doing? You know what I mean? Just pay attention to what they show you, that it's not all peaches and creams. Like there's people out here literally set up to steal everything that you created, to rob you, to rip you off, to fleece you, to give you what they call flattery batteries. And I told somebody before, don't flatter me. I'm good. I don't need that. Because that's a way to disarm you. Don't come at, I don't need the flattery. Cut the check. You know what I'm talking about? Sock it to my pocket, and we could laugh at after over some drinks or something, or at the dinner table. But we're not doing flattery, because usually with the flattery, your ass is getting got. You know, especially when it comes to them small hats. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I wanted to say, how you doing? I can talk now. Um, I looked at the trademark the other night, after we left the class, and a lot of people let their stuff die. It was like dead, dead. This is dead. This is dead. Like, is that they don't pay it? I was just like really studying that because I'm getting ready to, do.
Some people don't pursue. Yeah, they don't pursue the follow up. And some people are not paying their dues and things of that nature. And but then you also have copyrights that end, like Winnie the Pooh, Poop That Packy, and Pop Out a Sailor Man, Steamboat Mickey, like all of these copyrights, they kind of have a time. Gone with the Wind is no longer protected. So you literally could take that and put it on a shirt, or you could do anything with it. That's why they have horror movies about Winnie the Pooh and Popeye coming out, because the IP it expired. So now they basically could do whatever they want to it without fearing lawsuits or anything. And they just do the most extreme shit. They turn it into a horror. Disney paid for their IP not to go public. Oh man, okay. Yeah. It's very important. It's very important. Patents, trademarks, and copyright. AI outputs. When using AI for concept art or writing assistance, Substantially modify output 70% plus changes to ensure originality, right? Mid-Journey's $10 a month plan grants commercial.
Hey, real quick, I believe most of those things expire in 100 years. They go into what's called the public domain. So everything that's over 100 years old is expired, and that means up for grabs for everybody to be able to use.
That's a fact.
That's why the Bible is in public domain, so you can reproduce, for example, anything like scripture or whatever is old.
Yep, that's a fact. How you doing today, LC? When using AI, so boom, Midjourney protects you with the $10 commercial rights, right? Stable diffusion allows unrestricted use. Document your creative process to demonstrate human authorship in disputes. Screen record, take pictures, timestamp everything. In that process, you never want to, you never want to be questioned about when you started something or what day, you know what I mean? If somebody, I had my idea before you, because as you can tell, ideas are not necessarily, we don't own our ideas, okay? They're floating in the air. We're just pulling them down. Scaling up versus staying independent. Launching independently, build leverage before considering partnerships. Strategic partnerships, collaborate while maintaining creative control. Choose between selling IP or expanding your indie studio. Growth decisions. There's no single right path for creators. Some, like Minecraft's creator Marcus Persson, sold to Microsoft for $2.5 billion, cashing out but giving up ownership. Others, like Five Nights at Freddy's creator Scott Cawthon, maintain control through game sequels and merchandise deals before partnering with Blumhouse for a film while retaining creative influence. Cuphead creator Studio MDHR chose a third path, expanding as an independent studio while maintaining complete ownership of their distinctive IP. Consider what success means to you. Funding and reach versus control and vision. At minimum, launch independently to build leverage so any later partnership happens on your terms. This approach gives you time to establish your brand identity, understand your audience, and demonstrate market viability, all factors that strengthen your negotiation position. Strategic partnerships can offer resources while allowing you to retain creative direction. Publishers, distributors, or production companies can provide funding, marketing reach, and industry expertise without requiring you to surrender your IP rights. These relationships work best when goals align and boundaries are clearly defined through contracts that protect your creative interests. The final growth decision, whether to sell your IP outright, license it while maintaining ownership, or scale your independent operations, should align with both your business goals and your personal values. Full independence offers maximum creative freedom, but requires managing all aspects of production and distribution. Partial partnerships can provide specialized support while you focus on creative work. Complete acquisition might offer financial security, but typically ends your control over the IP's future, right? So that's literally up to you. I can't tell nobody what to do with their IP, because literally some people might come into this bitch and they like, yo, I just want to sell. I just want to sell my idea. I just want some money. You know what I mean? I want to retire. I want to go to the island. I'll never tell a person what to do with their IP. That's, you do what you feel is viable. But I will say this, with the AI and the automation and all of the apps that are available now, you literally could create your own independent studio, and it will be a lot easier than it was 5 years ago to run that studio, to keep up with your books and whatnot, to to have a virtual assistant, to have all of these things that you need. You could do it now a lot easier than before. So here's a case study on the 44 Tops as IP, right? As intellectual property. Many of us are familiar with the IP because y'all watched this thing grow. Y'all was there from the first day I pressed play and y'all heard the song, the 44 Tops, the Fax remix, the first time. Right? But this thing has a life of its own. It's growing, it's getting legs and whatnot. You feel me? I won't be surprised if this shit winds up in a film or something. So solar developer, and I'm only showing y'all this to show y'all that you could do the same thing. You could have the same case study. You could create the same type of IP. You could turn yourself into a character. Now, when somebody is like, that nigga Red Pill is a character, I'm not offended. I'm like, bravo, you get it. Yes, Red Pill is a fucking character. I got trademarks. Like, let's go. It's a lot different than just having a personality or a character and you're not creating nothing out of it. Once again, we got to look at the bigger picture. So solo developer origins. The 44 Tops were introduced via Notaledge 444's platform as a popular intro song, Fax Remix. Then the transmedia expansion took place. The IP expanded to new mediums, with Red Pill leveraging community interest by expanding the footprint and branding of the popular IP. What did I wind up going to do? I went ahead and I went into a merchandising empire, right? So now we have books, right? We got books. We got a book. We got an album, a mixtape, right? We got the mixtapes, right? We got music now, right? We got a whole album that started out with as a song, one song, right? We got coffee books for the coffee table, right? Coffee books, right? Then we have the toys. Okay, you got the toys, we got the figurines and whatnot. We got the action figures, and we might even have the quote unquote plush toy. You know, some people need a pillow. So, and then we got the clothing, of course. We got the t-shirts, right? So it turned into a merchandising quote unquote empire. The 44 Tops grew into a merchandise powerhouse with figurines, clothing, and collectibles while the creator maintained control. I still have control, me and my team. Nobody is kicking out 44 Tops stuff and is like, this is what it looked like. You know, you know what I mean? Be happy with it. No, I maintain control creatively. I'm able to say yay and nay and whatnot, and I feel better like that. Black Hollywood adaptation. This is me manifesting. The franchise culminated in a successful Hollywood movie in 2026 with Red Pill, Blue Pill, and Tizo TV remaining at the helm of their creation. This is how it happens, right? And we get to grow and we get to see it as a community and whatnot. And that's how you build a dedicated quote unquote fan base that will last with the IP forever. Do you know Hello Kitty is 75 years old? I believe. Hello, it's either 75, it's $75 billion that is worth, and it might be no, it's 50 years old almost, because they put it out in 1975. It's $75 billion IP though. Hello Kitty. Okay. So here's a case study of a brand called Cuphead, right? Here's Cuphead. Studio MDHR's Cuphead illustrates the value of a distinctive visual style. Despite its challenging difficulty, the game became a hit due to its 1930s animation aesthetic. This unique identity helped the IP blossom into merchandise and an acclaimed Netflix series. Notably, Cuphead's creators maintain creative producer roles on the show, demonstrating how indie creators can partner with major platforms without losing their artistic vision. The Netflix adaptation remained true to the vintage animation style that made the game famous, preserving the IP's soul while expanding its reach. Now, you have situations where they'll buy your IP and they'll destroy the soul of your intellectual property because they wanted to. They'll buy it. They'll spend the money just to destroy it, right? They'll spend the money to and drive the plane into the ocean type shit. That's what they do. You know what I mean? So you also have to be mindful of that. They will sabotage you and they will destroy your IP if they don't like you like that. If they're not feeling if your IP is a threat to their IP. If you created a whole universe that might take down a Marvel universe, they'll buy your universe and then sink it and sabotage it and whatnot because they have investments in that Marvel. They got children's children depending on that IP. So if you disrupt it and you become the big dog on the block or the new kid on the block, they're going to do everything in their powers to destroy your IP or to quote unquote absorb it into theirs. And they'll come with these lucrative offers, but you just got to know what you want. Is it the money or is it the legacy? Creative business plan workshop, monetization strategy. So this is what I need y'all to do, right? This is a little bit of a little exercise, even for the family on the YouTubians and whatnot. Y'all are in the same class that we are in tonight. So we all learning simultaneously. Okay. Monetization strategy. Identify your primary revenue streams and timeline, i.e., start a Patreon after releasing 3 episodes or launch a Kickstarter for the graphic novel in 6 months. Consider multiple income channels like merchandise, premium content, and licensing opportunities. Analyze competitors in your niche to identify untapped revenue sources and price points that resonate with your audience. If there's anybody on your team that's like, yo, you begging, if you got ideas and you want to crowdfund or you want to put out something that's going to help you raise some funds and you're not getting support by people that's supposed to be on your team, then you might want to question who's really on your team. Okay? Because fuck pride at the end of the day. If you got to raise your money to get your ideas out there, then that's what you got to do. You know, so everybody else is doing it. So what you waiting for? Budget planning. Estimate expenses. Your software subscriptions, your collaborator fees, the marketing courses. You got to be very mindful of that. And when you are crunching those numbers, you know, just be honest with yourself. All right. Estimate expenses and project which revenue streams will cover these costs. Create both conservative and optimistic financial scenarios to prepare for different outcomes. Track your cash flow carefully. Many creative businesses fail from lack of talent, not from lack of talent, but from poor financial management. Include a contingency fund of at least 15 to 20% for unexpected costs. Expansion roadmap. Define stretch goals for your IP if your initial launch succeeds, right? So what's your stretch goals, right? How you going to span? How you going to stretch? If the web series gains 50,000 subscribers, I'm developing a mobile game. Or after the comic's first arc, I'm going to produce figurines, right? These are your stretch goals. Document specific metrics that will trigger each expansion phase. Be strategic about which media format best serve your story and your audience. Consider partnerships that could accelerate your growth while preserving your creative version and your vision and your ownership rights. Support network. Identify potential collaborators, mentors, or communities that can support your journey, including connections made during this workshop. Build relationships with professionals whose skills complement yours. That's Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler. That's the new Spike Lee and Denzel Washington. And whoever's on his team, he's the poster child for that right now. Consider joining industry organizations, online communities, and local meetups where you can exchange knowledge and opportunities. Remember that your network is often your most valuable asset. Nurture these relationships consistently not just when your ass needs something. Okay. So this is for your pitch. You're gonna, and we talked about this in class 1 and 2 about you developing your elevator pitch, you developing the pitch that you're gonna go to investors with. If you at InvestFest and you run into one of the InvestFest people, you run into somebody from EYL, you run into one of these billionaires that are walking around. What's your pitch gonna look like? You only got a few minutes. You know what I'm saying? You really do. You don't want to stumble. You don't want to trip up. You don't want to You don't want to be hee haw and all of that. You want to have your elevator pitch down pat, right? 5 to 7 minutes. 5 key sections, your stories, the formats, the audience, the distribution, the monetization. They speak numbers. Vision statement, articulate your long-term creative and business goals. Your final presentation should function as both a creative and business pitch. Begin with a quick recap of your IP premise and what makes it unique. Showcase your prototypes, right? Showcase your prototype, your comic panels, your animation clips, your game snippets, demonstrating how your concept works across multiple formats. Identify your target audience and share any evidence of interest from your week 3 promotional efforts. Outline your distribution plan, platforms and content schedule, and monetization strategy. Conclude with your long-term vision, such as within a year, I aim to complete the first season and reach 5,000 subscribers. Workshop deliverables, slide deck, monetize and sustain. This comprehensive presentation. All right, so me and the brothers SpinCity have been bombarded with a bunch of phone calls, emails, text messages, and DMs from students in the class who want to carry on after the 4 weeks, and they're looking for consultation and they're looking for some type of quote unquote, some add-ons and whatnot. They want to speak privately. So we are offering the opportunity for consultations. I believe next week, right? We'll drop the link, and that will give people the opportunity to book us next week, because after next week, we're going to be getting into the next cycle of the AI Accelerated, which is going to be dealing with 100 income streams. We're joining up with Stream Chasers, and we're going to be rolling out how to tap into 100 income streams by using your AI toolboxes. But yeah, check this out. This comprehensive presentation covers a wide range of monetization models, legal basics, and real-world case studies to help you build a sustainable business around your fantasy complex industry IP. The session will dive into different revenue streams like direct sales, premium content, advertising, and licensing. You'll learn how to set up platforms like Patreon or Kickstarter, create sample budgets, and understand key legal considerations around intellectual property rights. Through in-depth case studies on success stories like Five Nights at Freddy's and Cuphead, you'll gain insights into effective strategies for launching, scaling, and diversifying your creative business. Handy checklists and links to valuable resources will also be provided to support your entrepreneurial journey. By the end of this module, you'll have a well-rounded understanding of the business and legal frameworks needed to turn your imaginative vision into a thriving imagination empire. Get ready to transform your creative passion into a sustainable, revenue-generating enterprise. Okay, enterprise. So sometimes we have to invest in what it is that we want to build, like something as lucrative as an enterprise, not a job, not a 9-to-5, not a hustle, an enterprise, something that you can pass on, something that you could put your last name on and people will know about it around the world and whatnot. Sky's the limit, bro. Okay. So our next deliverable that we're offering is a creative business plan worksheet. Template, we have a template with sections for revenue streams, expensive growth steps, and more. You'll complete this during the session to create a roadmap for your IP development and your monetization strategy. This template provides a comprehensive framework for mapping out your monetization and your sustainability plan. It includes sections to outline your key revenue streams, anticipated expenses, and steps for growth and scaling. By filling out this template, you'll be able to visualize the different components of your business model and identify opportunities for diversifying your income sources. This will help you build a more resilient and profitable IP development strategy. The various sections cover topics like direct sales, premium content, advertising, licensing, and legal considerations. You can also include case studies and examples to illustrate your approach. Overall, this template is designed to guide you through the process of transforming your creative vision into a sustainable, revenue-generating business. Take the time to thoughtfully complete each section to create a comprehensive roadmap for your imagination empire. Now, I gotta remind you, family, because it sounds like a lot of words that I'm saying and whatnot, but outside of drawing and making toys, the most important thing in the fantasy complex industry is your paperwork. Even though that shit might sound like it's tedious and whatnot, it is protecting your IP, okay? It's your paperwork, it's your quote unquote expenses and whatnot, it's your business plan. All of these things are highly important because you're going to be dealing with a lot of legalities as you move forward. Licensing, trademarks, copyright, you're going to be doing a lot of paperwork if you're talking about building a goddamn industry. Like, let's be clear. It's not just drawing on a piece of paper. That's the creative part of things, but there's a business component that's very important. And once you lock that down, to be honest with you, it's almost like magic begins to take place, because once you really get your business shit in order, business starts to come to you. It's like business starts occurring. You know what I mean? And vice versa. When you don't have the business, when you don't got the paperwork, when you're not really dealing with that part of it, you just drawing. You just making shit. You know what I mean? But things don't start rolling the way that they should be. It's just a hobby at that point. You turn it from a hobby into a business by having these quote unquote paperwork or these deliverables and whatnot. So these are final project submission. This presentation slide and portfolio piece will showcase all of the creative outputs you've developed throughout the workshop. Combined with your comprehensive business plan, this forms a complete pitch Bible plus business plan for your fantasy complex industry IP. The presentation slides should highlight the key elements of your IP, including the core characters, narrative, and world building. Use visuals like character designs, environment concepts, and the storyboards to bring your vision to life. The portfolio section should compile all the assets that you've created, such as script samples, prototype gameplay footage, and merchandising mockups. This will demonstrate the depth and breadth of your creative work. Together, the presentation deck and portfolio will serve as a powerful pitch package to attract potential partners, investors, and collaborators. It will showcase your imagination, expertise, and strategic approach to building a successful fantasy complex industry business. So take the time to thoroughly curate and refine these materials. The final deliverables will be a combination of your hard work throughout the work. So if you choose that you want to do a consultation with us, we will have you in the consultation. We will put together the final project with you, but you have to have certain things like your characters. You have to have written, because we're not right. We can't do all of the work for you. We can't do the creative process. You come with the creative process. I don't care if it's all scrambled and whatnot. In that consultation, we put everything together. We put the things in the quote unquote flow for you and whatnot. We're able to place everything in the right place so you could go ahead and walk away with a portfolio. So when you go to a collaborator, when you go to an investor, or when you go to a different business or company, they automatically know you got your shit together. So that's just an example of it and whatnot. This is just an example of a whole product line. At the bottom, as you can see, there's the books, there's the toys, there's the game board and whatnot. They got some CDs and whatnot. That's what we all should have, right? If we got some type of imagination at this point in the game, because at this point in the game, like I said, unlike any other point in the game, we have arrived at a point that is very unique. Okay. And it's all about timing and whatnot. I could not do this class 6 months ago. I could only do this class right now because the time is right. So for image generation, ladies and gentlemen, these are the best apps to use based off of, me trying out a lot of stuff, my partners, my peoples, my team and everything. We've decided that this is the tool. This is what we call the tech stack. This is the full tech stack that you will need moving forward after this class to basically succeed in whatever it is that you want to do. I would suggest going to play on these apps tonight. Don't let the time, you know what I mean? Because we're so distracted. Life is so distracting. Get on this shit tonight. Bring these ideas and bring these characters to life. Midjourney version 7, a fucking beast. I can't even explain all of the different things that this new Midjourney comes with and whatnot. But you literally could be a beginner. You don't have to be skilled to do these things. You just got to have an imagination, right? You literally can be a beginner and get on Midjourney and prompt some shit that will blow your mind. Chat GPT 4.0, the same thing. You don't have to have no skills. You could do it right off your phone. You could just write in there, upload a picture. Yo, turn this picture into this. Do this to that. If y'all are following us on IG, the AI Accelerated channel on IG, I've been dropping tons of links. If you on Patreon, I don't even want to hear from you because every day on Patreon, I flooded. It's flooded with information. I'm talking about if one, bruh, the Patreon, it don't make no sense. There's newsletters that can't fuck with that Patreon page. You know what I mean? Like it's a chock full of information. We drop all kind of jewels around on an IG page, on a Discord, on a goddamn on a Patreon page. It's flooded. So we all know every day when something new drops, everybody is privy to knowing about it because we're gonna put it in the chat. Flux AI, state-of-the-art image generation module developed by Black Forest Labs, create detailed and realistic images from text prompts or images. Leonardo AI, right? So Flux AI, Leonardo AI, ChatGPT 4.0. 4.0, that's the one that does the images, 4.0. And Midjourney 7, right? All of them is a beast, right? So that's image generation. Once you make an image, you're going to turn into a video, right? So these are going to make your comics. These are going to make your toys, the samples of your toys. These are going to make the stills for your animation and whatnot. Then we go into video generation. These are the best apps that and they could be more, but these are the best apps that I've been using. Runway Generation 4, right? Runway is a global AI research and media component working with the world's top film studios, production companies, agencies, and brands. Delivers high-quality video content suitable for bringing your fantasy world to life through stunning visual effects and storytelling. It offers a wide range of features for video editing and composition, making it a versatile tool for creators. There's like 10 tools on Runway that you can use to basically build some shit up right now. Kling AI. Kling has a bunch of features on it as well. It's about 5 or 6 features. You literally could create some world-blowing, mind-blowing, world-altering shit on Kling. Go and play with it. Go and try it out. Go and utilize it. Go and blow a bag on that bitch if you like what you see. I'm encouraging y'all to make it rain on these goddamn tech stacks like we make it rain on fake Fendi, a Balenci and all of that. Or a fucking Birkin bag. Whoever got a $40,000 Birkin bag, my G, if you got the receipts, go return that shit and just get stacked up with this AI shit. I promise you. You'll be able to buy 20 Birkin bags after that. You know what I mean? Just get right. Because our people, we spending, I ain't out here pocket watching, but goddamn it, we are putting our resources in the wrong places. Facts for long enough. You know what I mean? Google VEO2. This is a beast. This is a beast right here. Google, Kling, and Runway, they will bring your pictures to life. Simple text prompt. You tell it what you want the picture to do, and it will do it. And you will be very pleased with that. Animation. This is the full stack for animation. Meshy 3D, right? So you generate an image in ChatGPT and you upload it in Meshy 3D, and you'll take a 2D image and make it a 3D image. And therefore, you could import this into the metaverse. You could import this into video games. You could sell the digital assets in places like OpenSea and other places. You know what I mean? There's mad things that you could do with a 3D assets. 3D asset. Yes, the Burkina Faso new currency. I'm going to look into that. Higgsfield AI. Higgsfield AI offers advanced AI capabilities that enhance the animation creation process, providing users with cutting-edge tools to streamline their workflow and produce high-quality animations efficiently. Blender 3D is a versatile and powerful software that offers a wide range of features for 3D modeling, animation, and rendering. With its open source nature and active community support, Blender is a popular choice for artists and creators looking for a comprehensive tool for their animation projects. Whether you are creating character animations, architectural visualizations, or VX visual effects shots, Blender 3D provides the necessary tools and flexibility to bring your ideas to life. And then video game generation. So we have Cursor AI. We went over Cursor AI. We went over Lovable. We did that during our Techno Tuesdays class. That was a classic. In Love with Lovable. And Lovable and Cursor and Windsurf and all of them. These are the vibe coding apps where you can make mobile apps, video games, websites, landing pages just by talking to it. Then we have Firebase Studios from Google, which is highly powerful by combining cutting edge tools like GSFIEL AI and Blender 3D with Firebase Studios expertise. Game creators can unlock new possibilities in storytelling, world building, and gameplay mechanics. This collaboration sets the stage for the next evolution in video game development, offering a streamlined workflow and innovative features to elevate the gaming industry. So you use Claude 3, and you also use, what's the other one that you can use? ChatGPT, the reasoning model, and you also can use Grok 3 to basically speak to the AI and tell it what I want a video game to do this. I want these kind of characters. This is the type of gameplay. And then you take all of that output and then you take it into Cursor or you take it to Firebase and you build that shit out in real time. You got to have a little bit of patience, and you're going to have to use the YouTube University sometimes and whatnot, but you can do it. I promise you. You will be, and then you can monetize this shit. You could be for hire once you get a certification or an accreditation in some of these tools. You could put a price tag on your head and get to the bag during certain hours of your strong. And then afterwards, you could be working on your passion project, or you could get to another bag, right? But I would literally put myself on Fiverr for sale. Yo, I'm on Fiverr. I create websites for $2,500. Or you could dumb it down and be like, I do it for $500. It's really on what you want to do. Because the Africans and the Indians have mastered this shit. And 2,500 in the motherfucking Burkina Faso, or a village in Kenya, or a village where they had Slumdog Millionaire in India, nigga, $5 is a flex. $5 is a flex. That's why they on Fiverr doing everything strange for a piece of change, right? Because they need that $5. We don't need it because we Americans. I wipe my ass for $5. But nigga, I just saw a report that said if you have $5,000 in your account, you are literally richer than 50% of the planet. How's that for your ego and whatnot? You're richer than 50% of the planet. So remember, talent is not equated to your income. There's mad talented people that don't have incomes, but you know, we work with them. And we work together real good. Let me tell you. So the next one is toys and figurines. So toys and figurines generation, ZBrush with Blender add-ons or the AI plugins, ZBrush, right? Tripo 3D, right? Tripo 3D development platform that offer game developers a comprehensive platform for designing, modeling, and animating game assets. And they use NVIDIA's hardware, right? So ZBrush plugins like Dream Textures use Stable Diffusion to turn AI concepts into textures. And then, of course, ChatGPT 4.0 is where you generate the toys, the dimensions, the files. You use all of that through ChatGPT will give you all of that. They'll give you the files. Using ChatGPT could significantly aid in the creation of toy designs, dimensions, and necessary files, propelling the toy industry towards automation and enhanced efficiency. So by next year, this time, this shit is going to be automated and people are going to be making buku dollars. The $1 million question is, will one of those people be you? Because you can't never say that I didn't give you the game. You know what I mean? We can't say that the game wasn't giving up. Like, it's not everything, but it's enough to start and to get your ass busy. You know what I mean? Shout out to, they in the building right now. Shout out to Jay Runners, and shout out to Herman, my dude Herman Brown and whatnot. Because of your consistency, I need you to give me your address and your size. I got a whole box that I'm sending to y'all. I'm sending y'all a whole KTL quote unquote gift box because they were with us. I went over the records and they was with us every month since we started. Consistency is key for me. And I'm gonna reward you.
Damn crazy.
They was with us the whole run. So they get rewarded for that. You know what I'm talking about? And yeah, that's it for my presentation. I will be uploading the files, the JPEG, the PDF. The file will go into the replay where we see it on KTL University when we bring this back. So if there's anybody that has any questions in the building, you know, let me know. Oh, the Instagram for the class, I got you. I'm gonna drop that in the thing.
Also, can I say something real quick?
Please.
I have a movie coming up that I have to work on with special effects, all the, you know, the blood and all that crazy stuff. Yes. Do you know they do not know hardly anything? I was with a big group and it's a 7-day shoot. It's gonna be on Prime.
Right.
I'm gonna let you know what it is when it drops. It's gonna be on Amazon Prime. It's a horror movie.
Okay. And,
they don't know this. They don't. I said I was taking AI, you know, Jazan, what you been doing? Because I work with the same group every time. So I said, I've been taking AI classes, bro. What you talking about AI classes? Where? Who? What? Where? Right. So I gave information to one of the guys and he came back and said, oh, this look political. I said, let me tell you something. It's on you. You asked me for the information and don't come back to me talking about what is that, the other. You ain't got to listen to nothing. And you don't have to go. You don't let him have it, right?
Yeah, I know you let him have
and
it.
I said, don't do that. Don't ever ask me for something. And then you turn around and say, oh, this is political. Well, you know what? You can just erase it. How about that? Because you ain't going to find it at the price what I just gave you nowhere. And one guy said, you know, you could teach us this, Jazan. And I said, I'm putting it in the pocket. But I just didn't realize, I think everybody's smarter than me anyway. So that's they was like, no.
Jazan, you got one up on him, man. You got one up on him. I dropped the IG in both chats, but I dropped the IG link and the Zoom in on YouTube. So I want y'all to tap in. You feel me? I definitely want y'all to tap in because it's information laden every day on that. So I'm gonna let Spin go ahead and do his thing. I might have to dip out because I have something with Brother Rich at 10 o'clock to promote the lecture that me and Blue Pill have tomorrow called Sinners. I'm gonna drop the link for that as well if y'all want to pull up because that's gonna be monumental. Me and Blue are going crazy with that. You know what I mean? On some twin shit.
I definitely I want to get.
Yeah, we going in. So if there are any questions, please feel free to ask them. I would answer anything to my best of my ability.
Yeah, while y'all thinking of those questions, because pretty much all I wanted to do was lace y'all with maybe some alternative toolkits, but you know, Red Pillar brought them all up. We talking Midjourney, Leonardo, Hadra, character 3, Higgs field he got on there. When it comes to creating these movies, when it comes to creating characters, using ChatGPT, how to use it, how to prompt it, the new tools that are inside of Canva, some of the new things that came up on Pika Labs, Submagic, Meta AI, Vigil AI,
Yes.
Whisk from labs.google. So
okay, I'm sorry. You just brought up Whisk. Whisk,
yeah.
I'm supposed to add Whisk to my image creators because Whisk allows you to build. I seen a video where somebody was doing consistent character. They body that shit. And they was like, use Whisk in the Google Labs and whatnot. And it was going to give you better consistent characters. So, yeah.
So let me go ahead and start sharing. I'll go over that right now. Let's tell everybody, you know, how to keep character consistency, how to, you know, input the storyboarding and the voices
right
on in there. So what he is saying here, let me go to my Whisk. So you guys will find this at labs.google and you guys can go to Whisk. Okay, so what he's saying here is, you guys see over here on the left, hope everybody can see my screen. Over here on the left, okay, it's me on the left. So this is character consistency 101. Subject.
I can't see your screen.
Okay, hold on. It's saying it's up on Zoom. It's not up there.
No.
Oh, I think you're still sharing. Or am I going?
I can see it.
Oh, you can see it?
Yeah, let me do a reset. Look, I'm back in Zoom. Boom. Look right here. 1, 2. We should be at Whisk.
There you go. All right. I see it now.
Okay, over on the left, family, there I am, subject. So what Red is saying, to keep character consistency most of the time, you know, what you want your pictures to look like, you put subject. And then you could put your scene and then the style. So right now, I'm gonna go SpinCity with the crown, with the MIGA mission. I generated a video, just an image of luxury cars, mansion style, and then fantasy complex industries reloaded. I'm gonna just hit the go button. Now, what Whisk is going to do is fuse all of those together, right? And anytime I can just come right here and delete this scene, right? So now look what it did. I can go here and I can press animate, but you want to take this over to Gemini. Gemini now has VO2 that he spoke on, to get these things up and running, y'all. So Whisk, subject, you set the scene, you set the style, you go on about what you putting together. Okay. All I'm doing is a little bit of tool stacking, text stacking right here. And then we have Saturday morning work along. So speaking real quick, Red, I want to ask you before you go over to Brother Rich's channel. Can anybody that was watching publicly tonight join us on the work along somehow, some way? What kind of donation can they do? Is there a way to help them, work with some of these tools that you gave?
For sure. In a perfect world, I would love for them to get the class this whole 4-week cycle. I would definitely love that for them. You know what I mean? There's still a deal taking place where they could get it at a discount if they go over to the site. And then tomorrow for the Zoom that you're doing in the daytime, I definitely want them to be a part of that too, so they could see this AI in action and they could see us behind the scenes working it and whatnot. But yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah, because I just know
have the
that.
YouTube family pull up.
Yeah, YouTube, you guys don't know, but when we run this class, Friday night is lecture class, Saturday morning, Red Pillar gives y'all this amazing lecture, just like right now. I mean, he told you how to, protect your IP, build your IP, and give you a perfect tech stack. What happens on Saturday mornings after y'all sleep on the information? We wake up Saturday morning, 10 a.m. What do I got it? 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So that'll be 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, family, where we get on and you can ask the students. Students, if you can go to YouTube and put a fire emoji, right? We straight break it down. There's no more lecture. We get down for another 2 hours. Is click, create this, etc., etc. So I would really, really enjoy seeing y'all. It's good. Why would I want to keep this information to a minimum of 40, 50 people when there's 100 more of you guys, 100 more plus on YouTube that could click a link and really get some love on some of the things that we're putting together. Okay.
Right. Hey, Spin, real quick before Red goes, do you guys mind if I just show you real quick? I've been playing around on my own with some stuff with the consistent character.
Okay. Yeah, before Red actually runs off, let's do a student highlight. Matter of fact, students and everybody that want to get on tomorrow, Saturday, cool. We're going to go tech stack. We're going to build. We're going to do pages. We're going to do storyboarding, colors, characters, consistency, and voices with 11 laughs. But YouTube, let's look at the family. Let's look at fantasy complex industries students and what they're able to build in record time. Let's get it, LC.
All right, I'm just going to share my screen right now and show you guys what I'm working on. Hang on, let me put it into the mode. Okay.
YouTube, check it out.
What I did was I created a
family commitments and everything else on your plate.
Sorry, let me restart. I created she's a social media influencer, AI bot, AI. I almost used exclusively Kling AI because of the voice. You could put the voices in, and then I used a lot of Claude to write the text. So
yeah, it's black right now, Yossi.
Oh yeah, so let me just get her started. She's basically a workout. She does different things, but she's like workout instructor. So I'm using her in real life or some adaptation. But check it out.
Between work deadlines, family commitments, and everything else on your plate, carving out time for fitness
you still not
often
see
falls to the bottom of the
pile. Yeah, I see it now.
But here's the good news. You don't need hours in the gym to stay fit and healthy. I've designed this super efficient, twice weekly workout plan specifically for women between the ages of 25 to 54 who are juggling full schedules, but still want to maintain their health or work toward weight management goals. The best part? Each workout takes just 30 minutes from start to finish. That's 2 days, or 60 minutes per week. Let's get started. We'll start with a quick warm-up by alternating 2 moves.
Oh, shit.
Move 1. Start stretching your arms and shoulders with some gentle slab bends, alternating stretches between your left and right sides. Move 2. Marching in place, bring your knees up toward your chest, keeping your hands on your hips. Keep alternating moves 1 and 2 in 30-second intervals for 3 minutes.
Interesting.
So I actually have her doing all these different moves. I don't know why she's taking so long. Oh, I'm timing it out.
Yeah, definitely.
That's Vigil.
That is all Kling AI. I created her out of Leonardo just because they had better models.
Right.
But then I brought her into Kling because Kling has the most, you could do the moves. I had to do some editing with like Adobe Premiere though, just a little bit. I have a little bit of graphic design. But when you, because it was a few things that was like weird, like in the beginning, there's a little stutter sometimes, but yeah, she's doing all these different steps, moves. I got her doing jumping jack. Yeah, so I got her doing all these different, I got her doing sit-ups, jumping jacks, everything. And most of it, Kling was able to, you're able to actually have her do jumping jacks, and she actually really does
about 15 seconds.
You put it in as a text?
I put it in as I put the text, I put her in as an image reference.
Right.
Then the text, the image to video, I just put the image in, and then she's doing squats. I got her doing squats. I got her doing push-ups.
That's fire.
So, I want to ask, so you telling me I can be a dark-skinned buff cuz over here with face tattoos, but if I got the right idea and the right tech stack, I can put this together and never even show my face on the internet?
Looks like it. You have to use a little bit of editing, like traditional editing, to get it both to come together. Like I had to put these two screens together and use an app for that. But yeah, for the most part, yes. I mean, all of this was generated out of the AI programs. I only used Kling for the most part, and just Leonardo to create the initial character, which came from an image.
And now let's
I gave her 2 seconds. I just did 2 different, like a side profile picture of her using the consistent character, and then one from the front. And that's all I needed. And I got her, she drops to the floor and does sit-ups.
Stretch both of your arms out as far as you can.
Not this. Let me get to the push-ups, because that part is crazy. Like, I couldn't believe I had the woman doing push-ups. Like, they had her doing the push-ups for real. Like, she got on the floor. It was crazy. Like, I didn't even think it was going to work.
Lay flat on the
floor. I was like, there's no way she's going to actually do push-ups. That's the plank where she just holds it.
Supported by your forearms.
But she actually did do the push-ups in another one of the stages. So that, yeah, it's ill though. So.
Yeah, that's a student right there, family. The students is over in the YouTube chat telling you about the class. I will hop on it. That link from Copper Moon is right there.
That's fine.
Jay Runners, you had something, Brody?
Yeah, I have something I want to show too.
Leslie, let's get it. Come on. This is what's happening here, YouTube family. Yep.
But look, trying to figure this out.
Oh, yeah.
I want to just say that the next class, we are starting the next cycle on the 9th. And that's going to be next Friday. And that's involved 100 income streams. So I don't know if everybody's familiar with the series that we did. Oh, hold on 1 minute.
Do you see my screen?
Yeah, Red is on the phone. Launch that real quick. Because Red about to turn over to Brother Rich's channel.
Yeah, so I was saying that oh, dope.
Do you see it?
Zora,
I see it. Yeah, that's dope.
Just your average 23-year-old trying to make it in Neo-Chicago. But, with a twist. See, I'm a descendant of Turtle Island's original Black inhabitants. And in 2044, that means something. But right now, I'm drowning in holographic bills and rejection notices. Then I found it. An old family heirloom pulsing with encoded wisdom. The soul of a free man looks at life as a series of problems to be solved and solves them. So I started a business combining our ancestral knowledge with cutting-edge tech. Neo Venice Corp wanted their pound of flesh, but I outmaneuvered them, using strategies as old as time and as new as tomorrow. Now, I'm changing the game for my entire community. This is Afrofuturism 2044, and we're just getting started.
Bravo. That was fire. Yeah.
Student, this ain't Red, this ain't Spin.
Yeah. This is
so I just wanted that to go out before we transfer over. Definitely wanted to show that off. Was there one more student? One more student?
Hey, Red Pill, can you explain about the book?
Yeah, I got a video, but it doesn't have sound.
Let us see that, corporate. And Dusan, he's about to okay, there he is.
You said explain the book?
the bookstore or the book app, what we did. You can explain it how app on Tuesday night.
Yes, so we was able to vibe code an idea that she had into a fully, not a full app, not something that you could upload right away. You got to build out the back end and whatnot. But Gloria was there. She saw it. It was approximately 15 to 20 minutes that it took for her sitting. She basically just dictated what she wanted. And we had my brother H Factor code right there in real time. He had the laptop hooked up to the big screen, and we literally built out a whole website for her in 15 minutes by vibe coding. That was during Vibe Code and Chill. Gloria, I think we're gonna do it once a month. We're gonna start it out once a month, and then we're gonna expand it and whatnot. So I know I was saying every Tuesday, but we're gonna expand it and whatnot. So yeah.
I still have to go back during the week and build it out with him.
Yes, yes. That's all you gotta do is come back and build out the back end, and you have yourself a whole mobile app, and it's up. I like that.
Yes, indeed. Don't worry about the sound, Corbett. Let us see. Good stuff, bro.
Oh snap! Can y'all see it?
Yeah, we seeing you, bro. Just press play.
All right.
Yeah, motion and action now.
That's dope. What'd you use for that?
I use Cling.
I know, I'm a little jealous.
Come on.
And so I use Cling and ChatGPT. And so, hold on, I'll let y'all check this out real quick.
Yeah, let it run. Let us get that minute work, bro. Please, thank you, bro. Shout out to the students that's showing the rest of the world what's possible. Showing the rest of the world what's possible in real time. Yep. It's time. We're gonna transfer over to Brother Rich's channel, y'all. It was lecture night. Everybody click that link. Copper Moon, if you could drop that link on YouTube one more time so we can get together tomorrow, so you can join corporate, so you can join, who else was on? LC came up, or the whole AI influencer. I know it's a couple more folks. Leslie, I know Ohio Ties got something going on. I know Venus got something going on. I know Gloria got something going on. But yeah, family, I wanted that to happen right there, right after lecture class. I want you to be able to see what we've truly been able to teach in these classes. And I just implore y'all to come on, get some now. You know what I mean? Yeah, Copper Moon, they telling us.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, man. I'm gonna drop the link for the channel right there, and I'll see y'all over on there, and we will see you tomorrow for our with Spin when we go ahead and do what we do.
Yeah, we're gonna do demo class tomorrow, man, because we all transferring over. Let's go check out Brother Rich, Blue Pillar, Red Pillar family. Tomorrow, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We getting busy. We back building. We back storyboarding.
How they gonna get the link?
When they join the class, it's the revolving link.
Okay.
I'm gonna drop it. Let me drop it right quick so we can go.
All right.
Is it the same link as last time?
Yep. It's a revolving link.
Okay.
Yes, indeed.
So yeah, y'all gonna get to work tomorrow because we got some other things we need to be looking at. We need to get on this twin pillar movement that they got going on, y'all.
Indeed. I want to say thank you, everybody, for your time tonight and your attention. I uploaded the PDF into the chat room right there, so y'all should have access to the PDF. It's right there on the Fantasy Complex Industry. This is for my Zoom family. I look forward to seeing the YouTube family. Make sure y'all make it to the next cycle. The next cycle is going to be crazy. It's going to be dealing with economics, money, income streams. So we're going to switch, we're going to pivot a little bit and get right into the money making aspect. into the quote unquote, this AI shit. It's a lot of cheat codes. So we want to exclusively give 4 weeks to that. So we can really get to the bag and whatnot. Cause I know there's a lot of people out here where your hobby is making money and just increasing your income streams. So it's about making more income. One income stream could pay the rent, the bills and whatnot. The other income stream could be the vacation money and whatnot. So look out for that.
You were saying,
huh?
Not to cut you, Red, but like you were saying earlier, you're gonna need a little bit of cash to go ahead and grab you a whole bunch of credits. You know what I mean? Get your tech stack right. You know what I mean? Put together a $2,000 tech stack and see what you're really gonna make. By the time you meet us next week, you're gonna be like, okay, this is what they said, and we in there. Right? I can't grab the link right now because I'm on Zoom, but I'm gonna make sure I get that to Red Pillar. He'll put it in the where the class goes. It is a revolving link. My students, y'all know my number. You know my Instagram. So you'll get that link. 11 a.m. my time, 2 p.m. on the East Coast, family. Let's go to Black Magic. I'm gonna see y'all in the morning.
Okay, I'll see you in the morning.
Yes, indeed, Gloria. I know you will. You're cooking.
Peace, family.
Oh, peace.
Oh, Corporate dropped the link. Corporate dropped the link in Zoom.